Madstreet Hotel with your host Michael Madstreet, featuring unsigned artists, unpaid guests, videos and music, and possibly a visit from the Lucid Stoner. Sit back and enjoy on your iPod, iPad, ThinkPad, or MaxiPad. And now, Michael Madstreet.
Well, hello, how are you? This is Michael Madstreet, and welcome to the Madstreet Hotel. We hope this is not just your first visit, but if it is, you have a wonderful stay ahead of you. If you're checking in for the night, we have such lovely accommodations. Suites overlooking the city lights with huge beds, fresh linens, and a tasty mint on your pillow. But don't focus on that just yet. We have quite a show on the club level for you tonight. And also, a special guest, Steve Cannon of Atomic Tattoos, is going to stop by and have a few words with us about tattooing. Now, if any of you have tattoos, I sure would like you to go ahead and call in. And I don't have the number, the dial-in number handy here. But if you have a tattoo, call in. Let's talk about it. Tell me about your experience. I'd like to hear about that. What else have we got going on tonight? We've got episode 4 of Amsterdam and Gilly. I'm sure you've been waiting for that. We've got Orphan Blankenship, another tune from him. We're going to play. Now, Steve Farrar was a guest on our show 2 weeks ago. We're going to play his tune, Broken Dreams. Then we've got a brand new band that was sent to us, and it's a beautiful acoustic tune. We're going to listen to it. And then, of course, our interview with the Lucid Stoner somewhere around 10:15. The Lucid Stoner. Then we're going to do Madstreet Trivia. You know, this is our 4th show, and well, we've had enough go down on this show to be able to have a little trivia question, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So I'm going to play a little homemade commercial here for something that I'm sure you will want to get your hands on.
Here is one of my favorites.
The Fart Inhaler System. When you just can't get enough and tears don't say enough, this specially designed system circulates your fumes with a fury. No, don't say a word, because you don't want to miss a second of that seismic scent. Not responsible for death or near-death experiences.
Well, Gilly, I'm starting to like our new home. I'll drink to that. It seems we've been drawn here by benevolent folks. We were busy trying to get away when we should have recognized the energy here. And with these 3 girls, we are going to need some energy. Pour me another round, Gilly, and see what the girls want. Amsterdam, the girls want us. But standing here in front of the hotel is quite awkward for any sort of, hanky-panky. And so what? Perhaps we should step into the Hotel Amsterdam. Well, I hadn't thought of that. Girls, Madstreet Hotel is a place to party.
I told you once I didn't care. You told me twice I wasn't there. I'm hard to find, I need enigmatic. My social tools are gone. I'm not needing anyone. I told you once I can't be blamed. You told me twice I should be ashamed. I'm having trouble feeling empathetic. My social cues are gone. I'm not bleeding anyone. Right now, face it, it's a losing cause. To voice your lessons of remorse. Try to erase me from your book of lies. Of abnormal psycho apparitions. I'm calling right now. I'm calling the part and get to black. I'm calling right now. I'm taking my time and energy back. I'm calling right now. I'm calling this bullshit null and void. I'm calling right now. The cell phone of a paranoid relation. Cell phone of a paranoid relation. Cell phone of a paranoid relation. I told you once I couldn't stay. You told me twice I can't walk away. I can't breathe here, I am asthmatic. My social cues are gone. I'm not wanting anyone. Right now, face it, it's a losing cause. To voice your lessons of remorse. Try to erase me from your book of lies. Of abnormal psycho apparitions. I'm calling right now. I'm calling the part and get to black. I'm calling right now. I'm taking my time and energy back. I'm calling right now. I'm calling this bullshit null and void. I'm calling right now. The cell phone of a paranoid relation. 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 Cell phone of a
Well, we're back. Isn't that interesting? Well, perhaps next episode of Amsterdam and Gilly, they will actually enter into the hotel. I've been waiting for that for 4 episodes. Boy, somebody's really dragging this one out. We're going to go to one of my favorites, and I have so many favorites. I hope you don't get tired of them, but a guy named Orphan Blankenship, that's his recording name, and he puts out some quality tunes here. We're going to try and listen to this. It's called Hey Enoch.
in my shoes. Hey, Enoch, this isn't high school. We're talking classy ladies and draft, poured right from the glass. It could be 10 to 4 or 10 to 3 before we find a woman that will marry me. Hey, Enoch, this is the start of a wonderful night. Tell me Tampa is a wonderful town if you've got a honey. Palm trees, the ocean, bright lights, and plenty of money. And you know the score. We'll walk out that door. And still really nothing to show. Hey, Enoch, I had a good time here. It's a 1:45, and maybe I'm done for the night. We search with our hearts, shaking the tree to try and find the one that would marry me. Hey, Enoch, it's a wonderful night.
So we're coming back here. And who do I have? I have Steve Cannon with Atomic Tattoos. Steve, thank you so much. Again, I thank you for coming over here and sharing with us. This is something I think that a lot of people are very interested in. Did tattoos peak yet? That'd probably be my first question. Have they peaked? Have you noticed that? I mean, they were real popular. There are all kinds of shows all over the airwaves, cable, and such. But what are you feeling in your business right now? Is business good?
Well, business is very good, and I think we find my mic's off.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, we're on.
All right,
We're good. We're live. You know, what you'll see is that the tattooing business definitely hasn't peaked. What you'll see is that every single decade it tends to rise and then pull back slightly for a bit and then get bigger every single decade.
Wow.
Pretty much since, You can actually trace this all the way back to the Civil War, then through World War II, World War I, then World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and then all the way up through the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and right into the 2000s.
So was Lincoln the most popular tattoo back in the Civil War?
I don't know. I'd have to check.
Okay. Well, I just wondered what kind of tattoos did they and how was it done back then?
It was done by hand poking. They didn't use electric machines yet then, the kind of machines we use now.
Right. Well, that brings me to the next thing. Are there different sizes of needles?
There are. There absolutely are. And we call them groupings, actually. They come in sizes like 9 rounds, 7 rounds, 7 mags, 11 mags, things like that.
And what? So does any ink actually run through the needle, or is it all applied over the top of the needle and the needle just pokes it in, or what?
That's precisely how it works. The needles are in groups, and the pigment sits between the needles. And as the machine punctures the skin and the needle comes back out, the skin kind of acts almost like a squeegee, and the needle's pulling out so fast that it leaves liquid pigment behind. Your body disposes of the liquid, and the molecules remain suspended in between your skin cells.
Wow, that is really interesting. That's pretty cool. All right. Here's a question I came up with. Have any romantic matches occurred as a result of tattooing in any of your shops? In other words, has some beautiful young babe come in and said, I want a tattoo, I don't know what it is, and ended up with a boyfriend?
Well, I imagine there have been. More often than not, we actually recommend people not to get names tattooed on each other until they've been married for 10 years. There's this like curse. We call it the tattoo curse. If you get your girlfriend's name or your wife's name tattooed on you before the 10th year, it's kaputs in 30 days.
Oh, I had this this fellow that got a divorce, and after his divorce, he takes his shirt off and he had tattooed her head on his entire upper body. I mean, it was huge, her head. And he says, the only thing I can think to do is to put horns on it.
Well, he's lucky she didn't take half of it, right?
That's right. That's interesting. So, now, do people? Here's some misnomers. Like, maybe not your parents, but maybe your parents' parents. Are people that are heavily tattooed having issues with people that are not tattooed?
Oh, you mean the reverse of it?
Yes.
That's a really interesting perspective. I have never seen that happen, but you know what? I think I'm going to start doing it myself. That's a really good idea. I'm going to act shocked, and I'm going to say things like, "Oh, what are you going to look like when you're 80 without any tattoos?"
I like that. We've just come up with
we're gonna start a new trend with this.
A brand new defense system. It's awesome. All right, I'm going to plug in. This is a guest we had on the show just a little while ago, if I can find it. Guy named Steve Farrar, and he put a tune together, basically about a breakup, and it's a pretty good tune, pretty good musicianship. We're going to go ahead and throw it in the hopper and see what we get.
When your heart is broken, your dreams
Okay, we're back. Can you? I'm going to need the monitor set up again. I don't know where everything went. Okay, get that Facebook thing out of there, will you? Thanks, man. Okay, so well, here's a question that I posed to you earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and pose this to you right live. Okay, in the Silence of the Lambs, there's some guy that's killing people that has this huge tattoo on his back of some kind of dragon-winged beast. And my question is, do you reject the notion that excessively extravagant tattoos indicate an antisocial bent?
I absolutely don't reject it. All us tattooed people have antisocial bents. That's why we get into it to begin with. I remember when I first saw tattoos and decided I wanted to get tattooed and be a tattoo artist, the entire reason was to be antisocial.
Awesome. To be the bad boy. Did you think you'd get a lot of girls doing that?
Oh, absolutely. This is, really being a tattoo artist, that's the closest they get to sleeping with a rock star.
Oh my goodness gracious. Now, so now you own how many stores? Let's talk about the stores for a second.
Sure.
What was your first store?
It was in Largo on Almerton Road, and it's still there. 2001.
Awesome. So how many customers do you get through there in a week, maybe?
Oh, that's a tough one. Probably 50 to 100 customers.
Wow, that's
Probably.
a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
And is a lot of your business repeat?
A lot of it is. On average, we probably get they come and visit us probably 2 or 3 times a year for every single customer. So we generally see them, a couple times a year.
Yeah. Awesome. So then the next store you established?
The next store was in Palm Harbor, Florida, and then from there we kind of expanded out in a fortress model around ourselves throughout the Tampa Bay area.
That's pretty cool. So you're at Brandon Mall, I know that.
We are. That is that is definitely our flagship store. It is our busiest store in the country, actually.
Are you kidding?
No.
I did not know that.
No. Well, there's another one in another mall of a name we shall not speak that really puts it to the test, actually, and sometimes beats it. So it's neck and neck with a couple of malls from Mr. S.
Mr. S malls. Well, this isn't this show isn't sponsored by Mr. W, so I think you're fine mentioning the names of the malls. That's fine.
All right.
But I know you're also putting another mall in at Citrus Park, which is kind of an affluent area. That should work out pretty well.
It is, and we're very, very excited to go into that center. We've had our eye on that center for a couple of years now, but we didn't have the opportunity until recently. So we're very excited to get open. We're going to be open by April 1st, and hopefully we can have a grand opening on April Fool's Day and play a lot of jokes on people.
April Fools. April Fools.
Yeah.
You wanted a heart, we gave you an asshole.
Well, that's exactly what you get on April Fool's Day tattoos. They're all $1, and you get what you get, and you're happy with it.
That's right. What is the silliest and the silliest tattoo you have ever seen in the silliest spot?
Silliest tattoo in the silliest spot. Well, I would have to say, and it's pretty common, actually. The common and most silly one is the little stick figure guy with a lawnmower down by a woman's yaya area, mowing the lawn. That's pretty silly.
Mowing the bush, as they say.
Yeah. I always thought it should have been a guy with hedge trimmers, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Why does he have a lawnmower? It's not a lawn. And you don't use your lawnmower on your bushes at your house. It'll create a mess.
That is so true. Okay, what's the lamest tattoo you've seen? Now, I don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah, this is going to be offensive to probably about the majority of the population.
Okay, we'll skip that then.
The paragraph. You know what the paragraph is, right?
No.
Well, I always tell people if they're going to get a tattoo, come in with 3 concepts, 3 ideas, and let the artist design it. So you say something like, I really want to get something to remember my father, and he was in the Navy. I want to get something to remember this person, and I really like Fiji. And so they take the 3 ideas and draw a drawing. People nowadays are coming in and getting a paragraph written down their side instead, because it has meaning to them. Whereas I think a design has more visual substance and meaning long term. So the paragraph is the lamest tattoo in the world.
A paragraph.
I didn't become a tattoo artist so I could write. I'd be a writer if I wanted to write.
Excellent. I did not know people were having paragraphs.
Oh yeah, sometimes whole books practically.
What is the best reason to get a tattoo?
No reason whatsoever. Those are the coolest usually and best tattoos. Right now, because of the television shows, people seem to think that every tattoo must have a meaning, like this real deep meaning about the human condition. The best and funnest and coolest tattoos have no meaning whatsoever. They have no reason for getting them. You just like how they look.
I like that.
Decorative.
I like that. That makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your next tattoo going to be?
I don't like getting tattooed. It's painful. It's horrible. What are you talking about? I tattoo. I don't get tattooed. I actually don't have one planned. I have some stuff I want to get finished. I got all my kids' names and everything done. So I have nothing planned.
On the inside thigh?
No, chest, arm, and wrist. So.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of room left. It's all the painful areas that I have left, and I don't want to get tattooed on them.
That's interesting. So if someone had an aversion to tattoos, what would you tell them? Don't worry about it. You'll be fine, get one in the next life, or what? What do you want to tell somebody who's afraid of a tattoo?
You know what I always tell people, because people are always like, oh, I really want to make sure my first tattoo's perfect, and I don't know what to get, and they wait and wait and wait. I always just point out, you have a ton of space. Just get something. If you don't like it, you can get something somewhere else.
Yeah, I get that. That makes a lot of sense to me. All right, so, all right. Do you have any... I'm curious about the history of tattoos. Now, you brought up the Civil War.
Yeah.
Do you have any real history? I mean, were they doing this before the Civil War?
Humans have been getting tattooed probably since the point where they could get hurt and it would leave dirt or soot from a sharpened stick underneath the skin. So some of the oldest samples of tattooing are things like Itzy the Iceman, who is something like 5000 BC, who has markings on him near his joints. And they believe they were actually put on there for somewhat spiritual or therapeutic reasons. And they believe he may have had issues with his joints. So they go back very, very far in time. And when you think about the human condition, imagine for a moment, 30,000 years ago, you get hurt fighting with a stone or a sharpened stick, and the dirt or the soot is going to leave a mark. It's going to be pretty rare that you live through that, because there's no antibiotics. You can't go to the Minute Clinic and go, hey, give me some amoxicillin. So if you live, you're a survivor, and then you have marks of a survivor, and you're going to appear stronger than the other people. So tattooing has been with humans since time immemorial.
Wow.
It's truly the oldest profession, actually.
It's older than what?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Although they probably traded for that.
All right. At what... Now, you have children, so at what age is it allowable for your children to get a tattoo?
Never. No. Well, in the state of Florida, you have to be 16 years or older legally. If they wanted to get something that young, they could get something small that is in a non-visible place. We try to advise to minors that if they're going to get something before they're 18, to get something small. It shouldn't be a symbol. It shouldn't be words. It shouldn't be something evil or satanic. It shouldn't be related to bands or sports logos. And they need to get it somewhere where it's not visible. And we will refuse to tattoo them if they want to get something on their hand or,
Wow, you guys.
My children already talk about what they're going to get tattooed every single day.
And they all want paragraphs.
Yes, they all want paragraphs.
Okay, so so now here comes the real point, and nobody in the booth is watching or listening.
We must be doing good if they can walk
Yeah,
away
they
and
can
leave
just-
us on our own,
just,
right?
you know, we're producing our own show here. Can the Talkwad Network staff have discounts on their tattoos? That's the most important question of the night.
Well, absolutely. And you know what? We could do logos for free as long as we stream it. Where's the logo? Where's the Talkwad logo? Do you see it anywhere?
You want to? You want to? Well, there's a Rock Slam. Now that's pretty nice. A
Yeah.
little. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah,
a little
baby.
complicated, though.
Is it really?
Well, it's not too complicated.
Well, don't do the just do
No
the
paragraph.
fingers.
Get rid of the paragraph
Get rid of
underneath.
the paragraph and just do the.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that and stream it. Everyone's got to get it. They can get it on their
Okay.
butt cheek or something.
If you, all right, Steve, you just correct me if I'm wrong. If you've actually watching this show and walk into an Atomic Tattoos, they will offer you a discount on the Talkwad.
There you go. Yep.
Right? They'll offer you a discount. You just
Yeah.
mentioned Steve Cannon.
Actually, if you come to me personally, I'll tattoo the little Talkwad logo on you. You know, about the size of a, small the palm of your hand. You know, right there. That's the right size. Yeah. For free on Sundays.
On Sundays. Is that your worst day?
No, that's the only day of the week that I personally can get a lot of tattooing in.
Ow.
We have a big staff,
Yeah.
and they're artists, so it's kind of like herding cats, and there's a lot of diaper changing to be done all week.
Oh, and I'm sure they'll love to hear that if they watch this show. That's excellent. All right, let me see if I missed anything here. I'm going to hear about the romantic matches as a result of tattoos.
You know, I actually met my wife through our stores. My
Oh.
current wife, yeah.
Really?
I did, yes. Mm-hmm. It's a fascinating story.
Did you ask her out?
I didn't. I met her through the stores, though. She actually showed up to one of our stores, and she actually beat up one of our staff members. So that's how I learned about her.
Holy mackerel. What was the dispute?
I have no idea.
So there were fists involved, and you said, wow, give me some of that.
Yes. Yep. That might have been a mistake, huh? No, it wasn't a mistake.
It was not. Okay. Well, I think we're going to move on to the other parts of our show. Steve, you are an excellent guest. You have so much to say.
Thank you.
And tattoos are so pertinent to what people are thinking and doing today, and especially the younger generation. You just remember, tattoos have come a long way since the Civil War, as Steve can tell you. And the easiest and most comfortable place to go is in the mall. That's what he's figured out. He said,
Absolutely.
that's a safe place. That's where kids hang out the most, and that's where they feel safe, and where there's not going to be some weird old guy shoving a needle in or a nail into your arm. So anyway, thank you, Steve, for coming on.
Thank you for having me tonight. This
And,
was great. This was a good time.
The next thing up, a band called C&B Records, and this was sent to me. We're going to try this out. So we're back, and we've got to dial up the Lucid Stoner. You got his number there on the sheet? Yes, well, we're all prepared for this. That was a lovely tune. What did you think about that? Just a beautiful acoustic song. I can't wait for them to send me another tune, maybe something with, if their voices are as beautiful as the guitar work, then that'll be incredible. So shortly after this, we'll be going into Madstreet Trivia. But first I want to try and get the Lucid Stoner on the phone if possible. People are going crazy in the control room. Do. I see things connecting and ringing. Perhaps we'll get the Lucid Stoner at home.
Hello, is it the Lucid Stoner? Lucid Stoner?
I think we've got connection, and we're getting ready to start our call. Are you there? Oh. Something's going on.
This is Brandon from Talk About Radio Network. We're about to link you into the Michael Madstreet Hotel.
This is we try and get this paired better next time. And here we come. Good evening, Lucid Stoner. Are you there? Oops, I can't hear you.
Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. What tasty bud are you enjoying tonight?
Rocky Mountain High.
Whoa. That sounds like that school's in trouble. We invite the Lucid Stone here, in case you people out there haven't seen this before, we invite him here to help us all better understand the true meaning of life. He's the veritable fool on the hill, watching us all dash around while the pipe in his hand keeps the world spinning around. So, LS, are you ready for tonight's question?
Yeah. Oh, a second. Oh. Damn it. I dropped the brooch in my lap. Oh,